I have been so excited about today's dish. We've got Chef Anthony and we have Frankie and Lacey joining us from Pittsburgh High School here, and we are making ratatouille this morning.
Oh yes, I love this dish. One of the benefits of this is there's two ways that you can do it. Those people who are fans of the movie, you're going to recognize this. But those who are not fans of the movie, you can make this in a traditional stew method, and you can add bits of meat inside of it, so you don't have to go completely vegetables.
Can I do something real quick just to see?
Sure.
Is there something hiding in your hat?
Maybe.
Like just something like pulling on your hair?
Maybe.
No? No?
I'll have to change my name to Linguini then.
No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to check.
So what we'll do is we'll take some of the sauce that we made earlier, and we're going to put a little bit in the bottom, and we're going to cover the bottom of our pan. And if you use a 9-inch by 9-inch pan like this, it works the best. This will actually feed about 8 people.
Really?
In a pan like this. So while we talk about this, they're going to start the assembly. And as you can see, we have all of our vegetables out.
Which they so kindly cut up.
Yes, they did. And they did a wonderful job at it.
Beautiful.
And they're going to start laying everything together in their deciding order. And then they'll just lay it right into the pan.
So we're stacking them in there.
Yes, we're going to stack them in the pan and lay them at a 45-degree angle, and just keep going until we fill the pan all the way up.
What's the purpose of the 45? So you can fit more in there?
Well, it makes it real easy, and it looks beautiful when it hits the plate. If you stack everything up straight, it's not going to cook evenly all the way through.
True. Otherwise, the bottom one cooks more than the,
Yeah, so laying them at that 45-degree angle gets a chance for everything to go through it. And then when we're all done, we'll put a couple more ladles of sauce over the top of it in 350-degree oven for about an hour. Make sure you cover it. If you use aluminum foil, make sure you put a piece of parchment paper down in between the foil and the goodies.
Okay.
And then about an hour, take it off and bring it out of the oven and serve it immediately right to the table.
Okay, let's go over again real quickly what you put in the sauce.
So in our sauce, we have 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. We have a red bell pepper. We have a orange bell pepper, garlic, olive oil, and then the basil that I brought from school today. You can I also have a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary in there to help give it just a little bit more aromatics. And I let it
really
simmer.
didn't take that much time to cook.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry.
Boy, you just got the jokes all day today. That's great. I'm loving it. I can't carry all the humor.
I try. You
So
the
the
you
kids,
know who you're working with here.
The culinary club made this last week.
Okay.
And they made this wonderful TikTok. And the one thing that all my family who watched it caught was they caught you singing in the middle of it. And I'm like, oh, God. So the one thing that everybody took away from it was just me singing. But I'm in the kitchen,
what were you singing?
Home on the Range.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you why. It was just something that popped into my head.
On that note, and that's not a pun, actually it is, but if you wanted to put meat into your ratatouille, how would you go about doing that?
So don't make your sauce so thick. Leave it soup-like.
Okay.
Okay, and add your vegetables in larger chunks, little cubes, probably about quarter inch, and simmer them all together with a little bit of meat. Like lamb goes really well in this.
I bet. Or deer and antelope.
Deer and antelope go really
Whatever
well.
you can find on the range.
And rabbit goes really well in this because the whole thing was
just not rat. That's not why it's called ratatouille. Nope.
But it was originally designed as a peasant stew, so the idea was whatever you can put in it, what's coming out of the garden can go into it. What little odds and ends scraps of meat that you have can go into it.
They're doing an excellent job
aren't they
with
going?
this.
And it's just, they run right through it.
All right, so this is, as soon as they finish, this is gonna, we need to cover it, or?
We would put a piece of parchment paper over the top of it, piece of foil over the top of it, or if your dish has a lid, put the lid on it.
Okay.
And then straight into the oven for about an hour at 350 degrees.
All right.
So.
Simple enough.
Simple enough, and when we come back, we're gonna plate this beautiful dish for you.
All right, sounds good. And I'm looking forward to that when we come back after these messages.